going on, everybody? This is DK Dynamite, and today we're going to be talking about zombies coming back in a way you didn't expect, some updates on Treyarch, and possibly 2023. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because we're dangerously close to 100,000 subscribers here on the main channel. Really appreciate it. Also drop a like and turn notifications on to stay up to date with everything going on in Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, Warzone Mobile, and any other future Call of Duty as well. Now, as you guys know, zombies has been a big part of my journey here on YouTube. My initial sub growth did start in late 2018 thanks to zombies, and although the mode itself is in kind of a hiatus for some time, it's amazing to talk about the mode as often as I possibly can, and this is definitely gonna be my last zombies video before we do end up hitting 100k, which is crazy. It might hurt your soul knowing that we won't have zombies for possibly 2 years, but if you're feeling hurt, check out today's sponsor. Now, tonight's video is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. When you're injured, you deserve compensation, and the size of your law firm definitely matters. Now, Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm with over 800 lawyers and over 100 offices nationwide. The best part, though, is that Morgan & Morgan's fee is completely free unless they win your case. Over 3 million people already trust Morgan & Morgan, and getting started is easy. Now, just check out the link in this video's description or the pinned comment to learn more information. But thank you to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring tonight's video. Now back to the video. This job listing did pop up, which you guys probably didn't see, but it's actually huge for the future of zombies. So this is a senior level designer position over at Treyarch, but for Warzone. The job description does say, do you walk into a space and immediately imagine how it would play in a video game? Do you find yourself thinking of ways to make the space better? How you could improve it to make it more engaging for a player experience? So do we. Treyarch is looking for a talented level designer to join our Warzone team, and as a senior level designer, you will work on production content for Call of Duty Warzone, Outbreak, and other large map experiences. If you're excited about building realistic, well-crafted maps that will be enjoyed by millions of Call of Duty fans across the world, then come join our team. What you'll do, ... and there's more information which I'll have linked down below in this video's description. But this is a perfect follow-up to a leak that the Ghost of Hope put out not too long ago, where he said that Treyarch will be leading map design for a new Warzone 2 map set to release alongside their premium release in 2024. And if anybody doubted Treyarch's return for some reason, here's more proof of their return, and not just premium Call of Duty, campaigns, or multiplayers, but yes, zombies is coming back. They've also put out recent job listings over on Twitter, which do also mention zombies, but this leads me to a huge point. There's something zombies related that has nothing to do with round-based or their next premium Black Ops game, but something connected to Warzone, which could mean free-to-play zombies is something coming in the future. So something worth thinking about is that the 2023 content rumored for Modern Warfare 2 thus far doesn't really sound like paid DLC to me, but sounds more along the lines of a spin-off to Modern Warfare 2 featuring a interesting campaign possibly centered around Ghost and a multiplayer featuring remastered multiplayer maps. And those maps are reportedly coming from a catalog of Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer games. So who's to say that you can't just slap some type of zombies mode to that, and boom, that's how you charge full price for some type of 2023 Call of Duty game, which also happens to be celebrating the 20-year anniversary of the entire Call of Duty franchise. We've really got no indication so far that Modern Warfare 2 is a 2-year game, which I feel like we would have heard about by now, but they could also play it safe and not announce that until later next year, because maybe it has something to do with investors, shareholders, the Microsoft acquisition. Maybe they don't want to disrupt what looks like a very strong annual cycle right now for the COD franchise. Modern Warfare 2 has broken so many records that it would probably slow down momentum financially to not release an annual Call of Duty. But what other third mode could be slapped onto the 2023 Call of Duty spin-off anniversary game if it's not zombies? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's not going to be Spec Ops. There's just no way. So with the current rumor that Sledgehammer is also leading development on this 2023 project, that probably means campaigns, since Infinity Ward has their hands full now with MWII DLC, Warzone 2. They're also rumored to be doing the remastered multiplayer mode for this 2023 expansion or spin-off game. I think Treyarch could easily have a role for the third mode of this project, considering journalists have also reported that Treyarch is helping out with whatever is coming next year. Now don't forget, there was a private match glitch not too long ago that showed references to both round-based and Outbreak inside of Modern Warfare 2, although you could argue that it's something left over from Vanguard, since that game did have round-based, and the fact that that game was in the Modern Warfare engine, that game didn't have Outbreak. You can argue that the objective-based mode is kind of like Outbreak 2.0, but it wasn't. It was more of a hybrid between round-based and Outbreak, in my opinion. I think those in-game mentions are referring to something we're either going to see as a year 2 update for Modern Warfare 2, possibly a standalone zombies mode that gets added, or the 2023 spin-off game that Treyarch is lending a hand on. And I think that spin-off game, whatever the anniversary 2023 project is, that'll sit, of course, in the COD HQ menu alongside Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, and future games after that will also sit in that same HQ space. And since future games will be on the same engine, it makes sense that whatever is being worked on right now accidentally bled over into Modern Warfare 2 via an accidental update. That just makes sense to me. But what would be crazy though is seeing something in reverse. What I mean by that is, instead of the rumor like Ghost of Hope suggested, which is that Treyarch's Warzone map will come out after the next Black Ops game, what if Treyarch's Warzone map drops before the next Black Ops game in early 2024, and as a huge and free Warzone 2 expansion, you could see some type of big new map added as kind of an add-on to the 2023 spin-off game, kind of like an update that fits with whatever the continuity is of that project. It would not only be a new Battle Royale map, but possibly a map you could play DMZ on, and maybe a map that you could play Outbreak 2.0 on. Not to say that that'll be the only map you could play Outbreak 2.0 on, but it could be something zombies related that comes out in 2023 that kind of gets us ready for what Treyarch is working on for their next premium Call of Duty drop. So that would essentially be free to play zombies, right? Also serving as a bit of a taste for what Treyarch has in store for their next paid zombies experience in their Black Ops game, which will probably just have round-based, maybe not Outbreak, while Outbreak 2 will just be inside of the Warzone 2 application just like DMZ is. But that's only possible if the upcoming campaign DLC and remastered multiplayer is just a paid add-on for Modern Warfare 2 and not its own game. Kind of like how Miles Morales is a separate paid spin-off to Spider-Man PS4. It's a game built using the same technology, but is still full price because it's its own entity. Now, if the campaign DLC and remastered multiplayer is part of its own game, then I could see Treyarch doing some type of Outbreak 2 or some zombies mode as a paid experience to justify a $70 price tag for that game. So hopefully that's not too confusing, but as you could see, there's so many possibilities with how things could go with the future of zombies. Now, also considering 2023 is the 20-year anniversary of Call of Duty, you know zombies has been a big part of COD's history, so I highly doubt an anniversary type game will lack some type of zombies experience. It makes sense that the multiplayer rumored for 2023 will feature maps from Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer games. That sounds to me like a celebration, right? So zombies could definitely fit in somewhere. I know you're probably thinking remastered zombie maps would probably fit that best, not Outbreak 2.0, but I feel like they'll save that for something else, as we'll get into in a minute. As long as Treyarch's help on this bonus game or whatever this expansion is doesn't take away from their work on the new Black Ops game, then I don't mind what they end up adding in 2023 or early 2024. Also considering Vanguard Zombies was a quote-unquote collaboration between Sledgehammer and Treyarch, I think that could also mean Sledgehammer can pick up the pace a bit with Zombies development for whatever the project is next year, while Treyarch is hard at work doing their own thing. I also don't believe Activision wants more than 1 year without zombies. Considering the explosive success of Cold War, I think Activision is definitely ready to get zombies back into the mix to really continue the hype of COD 2.0, aside from what multiplayer, Warzone, and DMZ are currently doing. Now, speaking of DMZ, here's the thing, right? I definitely think Outbreak 2.0 is kind of going to go hand in hand with DMZ. If not, it's going to end up being some type of expansion to it that will go above and beyond what Infinity Ward is currently going for, since the mode is rooted in realism. There's no way that Treyarch doesn't utilize the foundation that DMZ has left behind. I feel like this is kind of a taste, right? DMZ is kind of a taste for what the next iteration of Outbreak looks like and how it's a step up from the version we had over in Cold War. Having one big space, no warping from region to region, having things to do in each point of interest, having a very populated map, maybe not with AI, soldiers, or terrorists, but literal zombies. So expanding on that PVPE element, kind of what Grief was trying to do in Black Ops 2, but now in an even bigger scale. Maybe having squads of 3 or 4 and having dozens of those doing their own thing on this big space while there's zombies to also worry about. And then also having your main quest Easter eggs with zero guidance, kind of like what Outbreak did with main quest 1 and 2. Now, even the Ghost of Hope said, DMZ but with zombies AI instead of terrorist bots, zombies aesthetic on the map, Outbreak-centric missions. That sounds like a dream, but I definitely think that's what they're gonna go for, and now we know Outbreak is definitely coming back, and it's gonna be in a a bigger way than what Cold War was able to offer. Now here's a hot take for you guys though. DMZ should have took place at night or maybe even sunset. I mean, hell, give it a dynamic weather type feature just to make it feel a bit more disconnected from the same points of interest you already have in Warzone 2 or even Spec Ops. A heavy piece of criticism for Outbreak and Cold War was the regions felt too close to multiplayer or Fireteam and didn't really feel like zombies regions. And obviously we're not going to go into it again, but the fact Treyarch clutched up Cold War as fast as they did when that game was originally Sledgehammer's and they did it during a pandemic, that's already impressive to me. But maybe Outbreak 2 will take place at night so that whenever you get to play that big space in Battle Royale Warzone or regular DMZ, it'll feel like completely different experiences from one another. But lastly, when you also look at the recent rumor that Call of Duty 2.0 is moving to a tick and a talk like system where the tick is a new premium game every 2 years, then the talk is a spin-off game in between, I think that opens up the door for something really fascinating for zombies, because as we've already talked about in this video, something zombies related is happening sooner than later. We just don't know how that's going to work, right? Outbreak 2 through Warzone, round-based through the next Black Ops game, but what would be the talk after the next Black Ops game? So what does 2025 look like? Obviously an ironic year since Black Ops 2 took place 2025, maybe BO2 remastered with zombies maps from that game, beautifully, faithfully remade on the Modern Warfare engine. So this is everybody's favorite topic, right? Zombies Chronicles 2. I'm not saying that can come out in 2025, but I definitely think if we have to see a spin-off game that's kind of an add-on or a Miles Morales expansion to Black Ops 2024, that would be a crazy opportunity to see maybe a Chronicles 2 added that would probably sell even better than the first Chronicles from 2017, a whole 8 years after. That would be wild. So I think 2025 will either open up the door to a big year 2 for the next Black Ops game, or we'll see a spin-off type game that will have a new campaign, a multiplayer of sorts, maybe BO2 remastered completely, and then the zombies for that game could just be all remastered maps we've been waiting for. That could be what happens. And in all honesty, if I had to pick how things would go down, I would definitely say have Outbreak 2 come out ASAP through Warzone. Have it be on either Al Mazrah or another map that Treyarch's working on. Have that come out, then have the new Black Ops game come out with a bunch of brand new round-based maps, no remakes, and obviously add in other LTMs and stuff to spice things up. But then for 2025, have them drop all the remastered maps you could think of on the new Modern Warfare engine. That would be amazing. But that is about it. This has been DK Dynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on zombies coming back in a way that you probably didn't expect? How are you feeling about the future for Treyarch and what could be the 2023 spin-off anniversary type game? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.